We're starting this video with a public service announcement. Cheyimi needs a girlfriend.
Absolutely not. Yes, I do.
He needs a girlfriend, so I'm going to put his social media handles below. Hit him up if you think the guy is cool, if he's fresh, and if you like his opinions. If not, sing that bitch.
Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Chay. People just call me Axel for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
Nobody calls him Axel.
People call me Axel.
Nobody calls him Axel.
People call me Axel.
And today we're talking about the infamous Oloni thread.
What?
It's infamous because it broke Twitter that day.
I don't know what people call breaking Twitter means, but
if it trended on Twitter, it broke Twitter. It's like breaking the internet. That's when something trends. Is that not what you cool kids say? What are you saying?
No, that's not breaking Twitter.
Anyways, it was trending.
Yeah, that's what you should say.
It was trending, and basically, I don't know how I felt about it, but I felt like I was going to talk about it eventually.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm speaking about this for a particular reason. I think Twitter has become that space where everybody just feels like their opinions count, even though they are not realistic. But first things first.
First.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yes, please subscribe to the channel. She has like how many people? Like 20 people on
that. Shut up. It's 130 something,
yes.
And I'm so happy. I'm so happy that this community is growing. It's one of those very hard growing your channel type of things.
That's why I can't do this. She just has 20 people on her channel. That's the reason.
Something.
You have 20 people on your channel.
I don't have 20 people on my channel. I will push you from.
Does anybody watch this channel?
You guys know I'm fucking aggressive. I will push him away from this.
Yeah, you would only try. Alright, sorry.
I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers mid-year. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I think consistently posting is one of them. So please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Subscribe with that red button down there. Click on the notification bell so you know when we have a new video up. I give this video a thumbs up because something in the YouTube algorithm just, clicks when you do that, and comment because it's going to be interesting. So we're going to be talking about the concept of rejection.
Yes.
And if it's gender based. First things first, the Oloni thread was like, ladies, this emotion, and I'm summarizing and I'm paraphrasing, that you've been feeling towards one particular person, that maybe you need some like saying you need closure on something, and so she encouraged ladies to speak to that person, tell them how they felt, and screenshot their response.
Why does it always have to be a screenshot of a response? Why? What's the point of it? Maybe I'm tired. Please continue.
So screenshot a response, and then normal guys, when Oloni was putting anonymous screenshots, people ran mad literally because a lot of guys were very, shall I say, indifferent about the very long paragraphs certain people had written. A lot of the people were very, to be honest, I would categorize it as unbothered. So it just felt like another reason for women and the bandwagon to shout, men are scum.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Allow me to interject here. First of all, I think if you're going to be upfront and personal with anyone, it's such a terrible idea to have such communications through text messages. Mm-hmm. It's a very, very bad idea. People consume information very, very quickly now. I mean, I don't mind reading long text messages, honestly speaking. But I know for a fact that a lot of people are willing to consume information as quickly as possible. So if they're looking at a text that is really, really long, they will most likely start from the top and read the first 2 sentences and go all the way back to the end and consume that part also and say, okay, I heard what you said, it doesn't make sense, I'm going to give you a very, very stupid answer.
So, but do you feel like it's also gender based? Because I think that's one of the reasons why Twitter went wild, because it's a situation where, from the female perspective, it's like, I poured out my heart to you and you just give me a one-liner, okay, or you air my messages, or you just don't even say anything that gives me closure. And then guys are saying, we get rejected all the time.
Yeah.
By women. You guys do the same thing. We might not write longest messages, but we get rejected. Now you're getting rejected, and all of a sudden it's an Oloni thread. So for me, it's like the concept of rejection and gender. I feel this is how I feel. It's a balance, right? A guy will come out to you or talk to you. He's always going to put that first foot forward, and you're in the position to reject him. And then for you as a lady, it gets to a point where you're attracted to someone and you want to be with that person, and then they are open to rejecting you as well. Now, do we say because I'm a lady I can reject a guy, or I don't get it.
Wait, hold on. I keep hearing this whole thing about it being gender based. Here's the thing, I think people react negatively to rejection.
Point blank, period.
Everyone reacts very, very terribly to rejection. We're not going to make this a form of gender war at this point. Every single person reacts very, very negatively to any form of rejection. Now, the one interesting thing about the Oloni thread was the fact that a lot of guys got to see the guys be should I use one hero now?
Hero?
Yeah, they because how do I explain this in the best possible way? A lot of guys for the first time on that Oloni thread, they got to see themselves being portrayed as
Villains?
not necessarily villains. They what's that word now? Fuck. Jesus, really Christ, I'm actually struggling to think about the right word here. The guys on that thread, right? I don't know how best to explain this part because it's such a delicate matter now.
While you're trying to wrap your head around it, I would just move to men and scum, which is something like for me when I say men and scum.
We're not doing this one, are we?
When I say men,
we're not doing this. Calm.
We're
not doing this.
When I say
we're not doing this today, I swear we're not doing this. We're not doing this today.
I sent you talking points. It's here, guys. I sent Cheyimi talking points. There's men and oh God.
Yeah, that's what happens when you try to show yourself. She can't.
I can't. Thank you.
It's backwards. How can anyone see it?
Somebody will read it. I sent this guy talking points. Men as scum is part of it, and this is what I'm saying. Men as scum, is it just a trend that people just jump on to just shout men as scum, or is that a reality that men are actually scum?
Okay, see now this one I can actually talk about so properly. I forget what I was saying before. The very idea of the very concept of men as scum was, as far as I can remember, was started off as a thread, as a trend, so to speak. The only reason why it picked up so much steam was because in reality it's actually true. It is. And women at one point in the past couple of years started to realize that this is a thread, this is a trend or thread we can actually get behind to push a commonly known narrative about the fact that men are mistreating women. Now here's the thing. The point where it gets a bit confusing for people is when people generally assume this is a form of generalization. That's why guys go mad. But here's the thing though. If you are not scum, should you be bothered about such a...
I feel like for me generalizations are bad. I feel like men and women are equally scum because people do the nastiest things to one another.
Oh shit, women are scum too?
Yeah, everybody's scum. To be honest, everybody's scum. They do. I was telling someone, and in the past, like maybe weekend, I told two different people the same thing about men and women. So men can be physically predatory in the way they approach a woman, being on her case, doing stuff like that. Women are emotionally predatory. So just because men are scum in a particular way doesn't mean that the other gender, which is women, are not scum in a particular way. I will stand by that narrative anywhere because I feel like the men are scum, which is one of the things that backed this Oloni thread, right? It backed the Oloni thread. Now, I love what Oloni does with her platform, literally giving people like that avenue to speak about sex and speaking about their emotions and relationships and stuff that they face. However, we are in that age and time where
she's a fire starter though.
Yeah, which is great for her platform.
Yeah,
it
just gets you guys rolling. She's like a puppeteer, like dance for me, bitches. You guys keep dancing, so
people keep dancing, and it's very insightful to see that this is how people feel about certain things.
Oh, look at
and also like the fact that there's that scum, like you said, that is a trend, and women have been able to say, you know what, I can voice my opinion via this particular trend. Things like this Oloni thread were able to blow based off the fact that already people had that preconceived notion that men are scum. How come you didn't see messages? And are you trying to tell me that there are no messages of people that sent these long ass messages and got positive response like, yo, I didn't know that's how you felt about that, I'm literally sorry, and I wish we can meet halfway. I'm sure that there are some people that got messages like that, and there are also some people that didn't give us a lot of backstory to that whole scenario.
You see, that's the reason why I have a problem with that thread, because you see, with the speed at which we consume information now, you need context to just about everything. Here's the thing, we don't know what information must have been passed in between the part where the woman called her out out on the text message, and the guy replied with just one stupid ass one liner. We don't know what exactly went through that. Don't get me wrong, some guys are dicks.
Definitely.
Yes, and I think a guy at that point will really do that to just phone up a girl because he just wants to be an asshole. Guys are dicks. Yes, we all know that's a given fact. Now the reason why this thing works so well with the whole men are scum thing is because you need to understand that very, very topic, even if guys don't admit it or not, if they choose to admit it, it's fine. If they choose not to, it's absolutely fine. But one thing guys need to understand is that very topic has changed a lot of people. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't want to be called scum.
I feel like a lot of people do not care.
Oh, I think a lot of people care. Oh yeah, they do.
We should do a poll.
We should do a poll, right? Can we do a poll?
I can do a poll on Twitter.
Find
out if,
Let's do it.
like,
I think that should have changed a lot of people. I think.
okay.
I think.
I mean, let's move on to have big screenshots
If
and opinions.
it's changed you, please like this video. If it's not, please don't like this video. I think the very concept of men as scum is very, very necessary because it shines a lot of light on the fact that a lot of people are being terrible to women.
Yeah.
It shines light on the fact that this is exactly what a lot of women are going through. It shines light on the fact that this is how women endure certain things that they should not be enduring.
And I also feel like, just moving aside from this topic, that the fact that women endure certain things, because we've already been placed in a society where endurance, tolerance, and a lot of bullshit that comes with long suffering is ascribed to the female gender. Like, if I were to be dating Cheyi, and if you were like, okay, we're trying to attain, like, head towards marriage, I'm supposed to be with Cheyi through his grueling and tough times, and that's maybe when he blows, that's supposed to be a prize for me. What about that growing together kind of phenomenon where you are growing and this person is growing? Because that is sort of oppressive, and to be honest, that's why a lot of the men has come. I would relate to that. I don't think generally that all men has come. I just feel like a very high percentage of the men are scum. But moving on to half-baked opinions.
Actually, I didn't want to add something to what
Okay.
you just said now. Even adding to what she just said, we live in a society where we are forced, especially the guys, we're forced to believe that women must endure certain things.
Yeah,
That is such a negative way of portraying women, because under no obligation should a woman endure a man's bullshit. And perhaps it could actually work vice versa also. The thing is, you should not be subjected to any form of torture, mentally or physically, because society, assumes or believes strongly as you are that you must endure these things. No, you don't need to endure a man's bullshit. No. You don't need to endure a man's negative reaction to everything you do. No. And the bad part about it is society has been shaped in a way whereby which if a woman decides to walk away, she's seen as an outcast.
Yeah.
As a terrible
So many
person.
people will tell you, like, even in marriages and relationships, like, try and work it out. Men are like that.
I mean, one thing is,
Like, this is why we have domestic violence. This is why we have emotional abuse. This is why we have people in marriages where, like, your husband is constantly cheating on you and you're there because...
I think
No, this is another topic altogether. And if we're going to do this, that means we sleep here. We don't want to sleep here, right? Let's go to half-baked screenshots and opinions. I feel like a lot of those screenshots were really out of place for me because there was no there was no context for how that it's based off what this person said, right? So we do not know what the guys were experiencing. If it was literally just a fuck buddy relationship, if it was, it wasn't really defined. It was just like, oh, I sent this long screenshot, this was his response. Oh, are we dating or not? This was his response. So I feel like also there was that, and a lot of people just jumped on that. A lot of people were like, and I'm just like,
see, the problem I had with that thread was, like I said before, how it's so difficult to get a bit of context. Here's the thing: for you to understand a certain situation, you need to understand the very beginning of that situation. Here's the thing: no one's going to be patient enough to say, okay, let's get some backstory of what this girl is trying to say. Nobody. That is a huge problem in this generation whereby which we consume information on such a very, very high octane level, it's a bad thing. So, frankly speaking, that's the reason why I had a huge problem with that thread, because I kept looking at every single reply and I said, hey, I mean, yeah, guys are terrible. God damn, why does this feel? This feels almost like it's skewed against men.
I feel like a lot of the trends now, and it's weird. I will explain this the best way that I can. Women have been oppressed for so long, and instead of not becoming the demon that you're trying to expunge, a lot of the things that trends like this and trends like this have been able to do is now make women the oppressors. That's how I personally feel.
Wait, women are the oppressors now?
Yeah, I feel
Holy shit,
I feel like social media, right? That's the only way to, because at the end of the day, if men want to start a women as Scum, you will not trend. I guarantee you will not trend.
Women are Scum?
Yeah,
that won't trend.
You won't trend. And I'm just saying, and I'm saying it's a weird place for me to be speaking about this as a feminist, but we have come to that point where there's really a thin line between people who call themselves feminists and people that actually misandrist. I think that's what the word is called. And right now, trends like this on social media just make it more oppressive, because you're not trying to balance it out. Really, you're just trying to, impress and continue to make sure that men as Scum trend literally started continues to have life. My opinion.
That is an interesting problem, right? Seriously. That's the reason why I said that's such an interesting statement, men as Scum, because now it seems it started off as a movement, correct? Mm-hmm. Like a well-deserved movement, but now because of the way people are approaching that very movement, it seems more like, okay, everyone's a man-hater now. Every woman who claims to be a feminist is a hater of men. While that is true in certain sectors, we should never ignore the fact that this is exactly what women were trying to achieve with men as Scum. It was just them trying to shed a light on the fact that this is things
we've been going through, and like with every movement, even with the feminism movement as a whole, things always go left. You always have extremists, and I think on social media you have a lot of extremists, which brings me to the world of Twitter.
Men?
No, I'm talking about like with school of thought. It's not.
No, she's referring to extremist women.
Yeah, so I'm saying you also have extremists in every school of thought, like feminism as well. You have extremists that feel like, this is what it is. I know the extremists when I call them misandrist.
Here's the thing: it's okay to hate men. It's okay to hate men, right? But you shouldn't hide behind the banner of feminism.
Yeah, because then you're doing negative things for that school of thought.
Don't do that, because the reason why that's such a huge problem is because the women who are actually genuinely fighting for like equal rights would see that and say, okay, where do we balance this shit out now? Are you with us? Do you exactly want equal rights, or you just hate men? Because there is a category for people who hate men. What's it called? Misandrist something. I can't pronounce it because I'm terrible at pronunciation.
Okay, so it brings me to the world of Twitter emotions. I feel like, is it logical or illogical? Twitter is based off sentiments that are not necessarily backed by facts or backed by research. It's just a very sporadic environment for people to, say this and say that, and once you get over a certain thousand retweets or amount of retweets, you kind of I think some people actually feel like, if this many people retweeted what I said, that means there's some truth to what I've said. So I feel like it's just a very messy place to be in. Here's
the thing. Twitter can easily become a very toxic environment based on things you see, because people have different perspectives of what you're trying to say. Here's the thing. A lot of people treat Twitter like diaries. And for that reason, people tend to be a bit honest about what they say. Don't get me wrong, people tend to be liars also, but some people tend to be honest. Now, the problem with that is you can explain every single thing under a thread of like 20 tweets. It is very, very difficult to explain every single thing, because I can guarantee you this: if you meet that person who says something that became controversial, if you speak to that person one-on-one, you would most likely get a very different narrative once you speak to that person, because the environment itself is not a good breeding ground for such conversations like this. if I tweet men are scum right now, right, and I put like a manly ass picture as my AVI, people will ask me random questions. I will get attacked. Fine. I will probably get cheers from women. Fine. But here's the thing. It is also going to be very, very easy for people to misunderstand that particular statement because I just put men as scum. There is no context. I could be joking. I could be fucking around. So, honestly, Twitter is... Shit, I met some amazing people on Twitter.
Yeah, I met amazing people on Twitter too.
Can I name names? No, I'm not naming names.
So, how do you feel about this video? Let us know. You have a lot of avenues to be like sharing your thoughts. Either like, either comment. I'm gonna put his social media handles. You have my social media handle as always.
Don't forget to like
the video. Like, subscribe, do what you know how to do.
Maybe she will have a lot more than 20.
Yeah, whatever. 1,000 subscribers, guys. Let's do it. Okay?
It's gonna be impressive.
Share this video as well, you know, if you think it was insightful. Until our next video. Peace.
Bye bye.